Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alif S. I'm from Class B, and in this video, I will explain about the present perfect tense material. So, without waste any more time, let's get started into the material. Okay, for the first is a definition of present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is a form of verb used to express an action or situation that started in the past and is still continuing until now, or has been completed at a certain point in time in the past, but the effect is still ongoing. This tense is usually used to talk about an experience or change that involve a place. Okay, next is present perfect tense formula. The present perfect tense is formed by with the auxiliary verb have or has and the past participle, or as we know, verb 3. Have is used for I, you, and plural subjects such as plural pronouns, or as we know, they or we, plural nouns, or as we know, boys or men, and compound subject with the conjunction and, or as we know, you and I, or Andre and Rifki. While has is for a singular subject, just like third person singular pronoun, or as we know, he, she, or it, and singular noun, or as we know, Andre or men. The past participle is formed by adding ed, en, d, t, n, or na to the base form of a regular verb. In the best form, in the form of irregular verb, the past participle is inconsistent due to different in auxiliary verb in sentence. The formula for this sentence is also different. In addition to positive statement sentence, there are also a formula for negative sentence and also interrogative sentence. What are they? It will be explained next. Okay, for the explain about the different formula for the perfect present tense. The first one is a positive statement sentence. The form is I or you or we or they plus have plus verb 3. And for the example sentence is Andre and Rifki have lived in Makassar for a long time. Or for another example is he or she or it plus has and plus verb 3. For example sentence is Andre has learned English for 1 year. And next is negative statement sentence. The form is I or you or we or they plus have plus not and plus verb 3. And for example sentence is Andre and Rifki have not lived in Makassar for a long time. Or for another example explain is he or she or it plus has plus not and plus verb 3. For example sentence is Andre has not learned English for 1 year. And, and next is question or interrogative sentence. The form is have plus I or you or we or they plus verb 3 plus question mark. For example sentence is have Andre and Rifki lived in Makassar for a long time. Or for another example is has plus he or she or it plus verb 3 plus question mark. And example sentence is has Andre learned English for 1 year? Here are in the present perfect tense, here are some adverbs that are commonly used to express the present perfect tense, just like yet, already, just, ever, never. And when we talk about unfinished action or a certain situation, then we can use for or since. Okay, next is example sentence of present perfect tense. If we implementation present perfect tense into a sentence, how about an example? Okay, in this mind map, I will give you an example for sentence in present perfect tense. The first one is talking about an experience. The example sentence is I have been learned how to drive a car. Or for another example is Andre has studied two foreign language. The second is a chance. For the example sentence is you have grown since the last time I saw you. Or for another example is the government has become more interested in art education. The next is achievement or result. The example sentence is Rifki brother has learned how to read. Or for another example is doctor have cured many deadly disease. And for the next example is unfinished activities. The example sentence is Hairil has not finished his homework yet. Or for another example is the rain hasn't stopped. And the last is several activities that occurred at different times. And for the example sentence is I have I have had 3 quizzes and 7 tests so far this semester. And the last is using the present perfect tense in the passive form. We have seen an example of when present perfect tense it is active. This is when the subject is depicted performing an action. When we use the passive form, we focus on what or who is receiving the action. We can use the passive form in almost any tense by adding the verb to be before the verb. For example, the present perfect tense. Active form is Ripki and me have collected the final test assignment, and for the passive form example is final test assignment have been collected by Rifki and me. The use of this tense is the passive form actually has the same purpose as the active form, namely the state something that has just happened, talk about a life experience, and talk about action that have just been taken. In the passive form, the present perfect, we always use has or have been plus verb 3. Here are some example. The first is the proposal has been written. The second one is has the application been interviewed. And the last is Hyrule has been promoted 3 times. Okay, I think that's all I can explain about the present perfect tense in this mind map. Thanks for watching. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.